Hi guys, I'm Isabel and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be my top 7 go-to hairstyles. That's 7, right? Yeah. My top 7 go-to hairstyles. I'm not taking credit for any of these. Obviously, I did not invent them, but they are my go-tos, and as go-tos go, you always go to them. That made no sense, but I'm hyped up on a lot of coffee right now. So, first of all, I would like to apologize for my voice right now. I just got it back. I was sick, and yeah, still I'm sick. Second of all, I would also like to apologize for the fact that my shirt tag is sticking out throughout the entire video, so every time I turn you can see it at the back. Sorry about that. I think that's all for my apologies. So if you want to see my top go-to hairstyles, just keep watching. So my first go-to is just a simple double Dutch braid. I apologize for my layers sticking out. That's what happens when you have layers. So to start off, I'm going to comb my hair and then part it in the middle and make sure the part goes all the way back. My part is very sloppy, but I don't really care. It's not glam Kardashian braids, but if you want to do that, go for it. For those of you who do not know how to do a Dutch braid, it's basically a French braid, but instead of putting the middle piece underneath the side pieces, you put it over top. So here you can see I'm doing that. You go middle over and then the side pieces go under. If that makes any sense. There's lots of videos on YouTube for how to do it in more detail. So as you can tell, I'm doing it more to the side. You can also do them straight back, but for this look, I like it better on the side of my head. So I just keep doing that until I have no more hair to grab. And then I just braid normally all the way down, putting the middle piece over top of the side pieces. And to tie it off, I'm just using a little clear elastic. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. And I like to pull out my braids just to give them a little bit more volume. So I just do that by pulling on the sides, but make sure not to pull too hard or else it'll just all fall out. And I also pull out some baby hairs to frame my face just so that I don't look completely bald. So this is the finished look. Like I said earlier, the part is not perfect. I don't care if it is or not. I usually do this when my hair is not cooperating at all and it's just a really bad hair day. This usually helps a lot. So number 2 is the double French braid, which is exactly the same as the first one, but instead of Dutch braids, you're doing French braids. So instead of putting it over, putting the middle piece over, you put it under the side pieces. And just like before, I brushed out my hair and then parted it down the middle and then split a piece, took a piece and then split it into 3. And here's where it's different. You'll see I put the middle piece underneath the side pieces instead of over top. And once again, I'm just going to continue this until I have no more hair to pick up, and then I'm just going to braid normally until I reach the bottom of my hair. And again, I'm just going to secure that with a little clear elastic. And then I'm just going to fluff them out like I did with the Dutch braids, just to give them a little bit more volume. This one is also one of my go-tos for when I'm having a bad hair day, just because it makes sure that everything is out of my face and not all frizzy. The third hairstyle is my diagonal braid with headband. I couldn't think of a better name. Basically, I just brushed out my hair and started French braiding at an angle. It makes it look a lot more like it took you longer, but this literally takes me about 5 minutes, and then I just threw on a headband. I think it's from Urban Outfitters. I stole it from my mom, so I'm not 100% sure. But it's just a French braid, so you put the middle piece under the side pieces, and you just want to make sure you kind of do that at an angle, picking up the hair pieces diagonally. And again, I'm going to secure this with a little clear elastic and then just pull it out. Like this one, don't be afraid to make it look big and voluminous. I feel like it gives it a lot more of a boho vibe, and it's just really messy and cute. And once you put the headband on, you want to make sure you pull out some little baby hairs in front of your ears, and just not slick everything back, because then it'll look like you don't have any hair. So just make sure you have little pieces framing your face. So just play around with it, take out more baby hairs, pull out the braid more, slick it back if you want to. If you're able to pull that off, then good for you. I look ridiculous if I slick my headbands completely back, but if you can do it, good for you. I usually do this one when I'm at work and my hair is getting in my face. It's really quick and easy to do, and it makes sure that everything is out of your face like the first two braids. So the first three styles were heatless. This one is not. This one is just my go-to waves, like how I curl my hair. So usually I would apply a heat protector, but I ran out and forgot to go get some before shooting this, so I'm just going to brush out my hair. And then I'm using my Revlon curling iron. I have no clue what the barrel size is on this. It's not tiny, but it's definitely not big, like, yeah. So I'm going to use that as a curling wand and just start curling away from my face. I'm not sectioning it off into layers just because this gives it more of a messy, beachy feel to it. So I'm going to leave it there for about 10 seconds and then hold it in my hand before letting it drop and then twisting a little bit. And so I'm just going to continue that all the way around my head, but some pieces I will curl forwards and some I will curl backwards. And when you're curling your hair forwards and backwards like this, always remember to curl the pieces closest to your face away from your face. It's just more flattering that way. So once I've curled everything, I'm just going to set my hair with some hairspray. I'm using the Pantene Air Spray. Then after that, I'm just going to run my fingers through it and break up some of the waves. And this is the final look. I do this when I'm going out or just want curly hair. These next three looks are all quite similar. You can do them with natural hair, curled hair, wavy hair, crimped hair, whatever you want to do. I like mine with a little bit more texture. So this is my half up double braid. I'm just going to start off by sectioning a top part of my hair and then tying off the bottom part. I'm just going to part my hair slightly to the side and then start doing 2 Dutch braids. You can do this Dutch or French. For this one I like Dutch more. I just like the way that the braid sits on top of the hair. And again with the Dutch, you want to put the middle piece over the side pieces. And I'm just going to continue that until I have no more hair to grab, and then just continue braiding all the way down. And I'm just going to secure both of these with little clear elastics and then pull them out to give them a little bit more volume like I did with the other braids. I like this look because it's different. I haven't really seen anyone else wear this where I live. And I think it kind of reminds me of Game of Thrones. I've never watched Game of Thrones, but I feel like that's kind of like the hairstyles that they have in it. Yeah. I don't know if you can even call this one a hairstyle. I literally do this when my hair is falling in my face at work and I have to have it up in about a second and a half. I do this. But you know what? It's cute, so I'm gonna go with it. So I'm just gonna pull back the front and pull out little pieces around my face and then just make a little messy bun. I mean, everyone has their different ways of making a messy bun. I just put my elastic halfway through and then wrap it back around and then pull out my bun a little bit. This definitely does not last long. Within about an hour, like, my bun is falling out, but it does the job for a little bit. And this one's literally the same thing, but with a braid instead of a bun. This one lasts longer than the bun for sure, and it does look a little bit more fancy and less like you just threw it together. This you can do with a regular braid, a reverse braid, or a fishtail braid. I just find this one's the quickest, so this is the one I do. So I just do the regular braid, putting the middle piece underneath the side pieces, and I do that about 3 times or until my layers start to pop out. I've actually done this sometimes where I started out with a regular braid and then I threw in a little bit of fishtail braid and then I finished with the regular braid, and it just gives it a little bit of a twist and makes it look very intricate. So once I finish the braid, I'm just going to pull it out a little bit and then pull out pieces to frame my face. Like I said earlier, these 3 last ones you can do with your natural hair, straight hair, curly hair, wavy hair, messy hair, whichever. I just like to have a little bit more texture than my natural hair. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm going to be doing a lot more hairstyle videos in the future. I have a few in mind already. But yeah. Now I'm going to make a really cool exit. Bye. I have too much coffee in me right now.